This is going to be a wood tray dirty pour resin tutorial using Craftor Resin and pigment paste that I made from Craftor mica powders. I'm using the same colors that I mixed up in our video number 147 where I created DIY pigment paste from mica powders. It's a green blue, a rose red, and a dark blue pigment paste. I'm also using some metallic bronze powder. The tray measured about 11.25 by 4.25, so I went online. There's resin calculators all over the place, and I calculated 11 inches by 4 inches with by 0.125 for a flood coat, which gave about 3.05 ounces. So I mixed up 3 ounces of resin for this project. Originally, when I started mixing the colors, I only took a small scoop of them, and I ended up adding a little bit more in each color. And I decided to try something that I've seen people doing. I put 1 drop of clear Elmer's glue into each color. You're supposed to do 1 drop per ounce. It does help glitter from sinking to the bottom, and it's also supposed to keep colors separated, and we'll see how well that works. I've actually done this same kind of dirty pour in a little dish using Craftor in these same colors, and I just waited until the resin was about 41 to 42 degrees Celsius before mixing them together for actually I think I had it in a split cup for that one, but the colors did stay separate. The warmer the resin gets, the more separated the colors stay. So I don't really know if this glue gimmick is worth doing it with colors. We'll see. But here I'm just dirty pouring the colors on top of each other. Started with the blue, the rose red, the green, and then the bronze, and just alternating. And I'd mixed up about 0.85 ounces of each of the colors and only 0.52 of the bronze. And I probably could have gotten away with like 0.2 of the bronze, as you'll see what happens. But as it starts off here, I'm just dribbling it over the wood. I didn't want to have a lot of resin because it would have gone over the sides. There's a little indent there because it's a wood tray. So I had just enough. I could have maybe gone, I don't know, 0.25 more, but this was actually a perfect amount. And I'm just kind of tilting the tray, getting it out to the edges, because again, I didn't want it to go over or to fill up that entire indented area. Just wanted to have some pretty colors on the bottom. And I really think these colors look well together. The green blue, the rose red, and the dark blue pigment paste. Pigment paste. They are mica powders that come from Craftor as well. They have a set of 24, I believe it is. So, and this is just the Craftor Craft Epoxy resin. Just a 1-to-1 resin that I measure by weight. And here I'm using a little bit of a torch. And I'm pretty happy with that right there. But I think if you look at the top up there, we start seeing what's going wrong. And it has nothing to do with the resin. It's this mica powder. It's not even mica. It's a metallic powder. It's the same powder that I use in my resin blowouts. And it's fine there, I think, because you're blowing it out of the way. But here it sat and started shrinking on top of the resin because I think the resin just wants to draw inwards. And as you see there, it's almost making a pale effect on the top. So I'm just dragging some of the darker colors into it. I did wait until the resin was about 33 degrees Celsius to even pour it. So by the time it went down on the tray, it was probably about 35 or 36 degrees Celsius. So it should have stayed where it was, but did it? But here I figured I've saved pieces like this before, just dragging colors back into that area. It's almost like I had an, what's that? Not iridescent. Oh, I can't think of the word right now. Pearlescent color. Like the colors were turning peacock pearlescent. And there, the mica's really just showing up as a separated color. It's not mica, it's metallic powder. I keep saying mica. Metallic bronze powder. And there I'm just kind of swirling the colors in. So there wasn't just one color sitting in a spot. And it looked like it was behaving. And working on it some more. This is all real time. I think I only sped up the pouring of the colors together. And there I'm just using a toothpick to pull some little areas that had dots in them that I didn't like. But all in all, I really like this piece. But as you see there, see how it's like lighter where the light catches it there on top now? And again, I still didn't have a problem with it. It was kind of cool looking. What is the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it right now. Oh, and there, after it's cured, what happened? As you'll see here in a minute, the colors are still beautiful, but that metallic powder just took it over and created like some kind of moonscape on top of it. I'm going in close so you can see that the colors still stayed separated, but wait till you see when the light catches it how much of the metallic powder is on top. And it didn't really create ridges, it looks like it, but it's just kind of separated and created, like I said, its own landscape. I was really, really happy with how it was looking, and I'm just kind of happy now. Like Kevin says, not your best work, but I think it's okay, and I still think it's pretty.